my name is Kathleen West, and I'm here today to demonstrate my Web API MemoryCache demo project. This is a simple Web API application, and I didn't do anything too complicated because I just wanted to demonstrate simple CRUD operations. However, I did implement a memory cache, and it was a little bit of a challenge finding the right implementation of a memory cache because I had a few bad examples. However, it's all done now, and I have a good example of how to implement a .NET memory cache in a C# application with Web API. So let's the purpose of this video is to demo the client and the Web APIs. So in the background is my Web API application that's running. It's a server. It's running locally on my dev environment, local host. And in front is a client application. This is a simple web form. You can create any kind of client application you would like. The point of this was to just demo the CRUD applications, get, post, put, delete, for the Web API. So in theory, this would communicate over the internet. Right now it's just running on my desktop PC, and we're going to see this work. So the default is to return an enumerable list of items, forget all, and then you have a CRUD operation where you, in theory, get all your enumerable items. In this implementation, my controller's implementation is implementing a list of string items with each character from Star Trek to Next Generation, or most characters. And the last one is when it was last cached. So my implementation has the cache expire every 2 minutes. You can take this project and use it however you like. Tweak the cache time for whatever time you want. For my demo, it runs on a 2-minute cycle. You can change that however you would like. I just have it print out in my list of items here for testing and just to prove to you that the cache does expire properly, and to prove to myself as well. So let's go ahead and test this. You know, keep in mind I've been talking for about a minute, so it's going to expire in another minute. Let's go ahead and do a CRUD operation. I'm going to add my name to this value box. This entity ID, this just updates when I click on the list. It's there for just testing purposes and to make, you know, the put and delete operations a lot easier for our testing. So I'm going to go ahead and post. You'll get a pop-up message saying it was successful. Note when you post, sorry, this entity ID has nothing to do with post. You don't care about where it goes when you're posting. You're adding. This just changes for the put and delete operations. So when I post, it does nothing. Oh, no, notice my cache changed. So what happened in this situation was I called the Web API controller. Now it noted the cache had expired. So with each API call, it instances a new controller object, and it noticed the shared cache expired, and so it recreated a new list of objects. And then it also, after it calls the constructor for the controller, it called the post command, and in this case it added my name. So I'm going to add another name to the list, and you can see it's still using the same cache that it created, and I can go on and so on. And I'm going to go ahead and delete. So notice when I select an item in the list, it takes the index, and it's 0-based index, obviously, and it's deleting. And I could refresh, but it's programmed to refresh anyways after the delete operation. And we're still running with the same cache list of of items here, and it hasn't refreshed yet. It hasn't expired, and so any CRUD operations I do operates on this list because it's not expired yet. And so I've demonstrated to you the post and the delete, and then I'm going to demonstrate the put. And you can see it's putting values in the same place. You know, I'm going to put my name. There we go. In all these boxes. And then we have a new cache. So it expired, and when I called it on the last web API, the get, it went ahead and reconstructed the list. So get one is returns one object, but you have to provide it the entity ID. And this is the list of available entities. Put, you know, replaces an item at that index. And then deletes an item at the index. And we've seen after the expiration time, this list of elements get regenerated, respond with the default list. I think that's a pretty good web API demo project, just to show you that I can do this. I've actually done more complicated controller configurations. I just wanted to push out a simple demo with a memory cache, and then this client is a Windows web form. I'd probably do like a XAML application or something more, but it's for simple testing your web APIs. I think this is a great application you could use to just simply test your web API controller with the basic CRUD operations. You could take this and use it for your own project if you'd like. And it does have a memory cache, and you can see it you can change it to whatever value. Mine runs on 2 minutes, and it'll show it'll help with your data applications. A lot of web API run with backend databases, and so this memory caching is a way to kind of cheat slash be more conservative with your resources and calling your databases. And you could read more about that on the internet on what uses you could use memory cache for. However, this project was just a simple demo. And please check out the article, the blog article. I have a blog article which explains this project in detail with the architecture, the technical specifications, the coding, and this code will be available on GitHub with a link. You'll have a link in the YouTube video to my project article, and you can see the code, and you can clone it. You use the code for whatever projects you would like, or just use it as an example of how to implement a web API memory cache. And just a word of warning: it's very memory cache is very delicate process. Using the cache.set can give you some issues, and I'll discuss that in my blog article. The policy doesn't always get the policy you set an initial memory cache with can go away if you use some of like the indexer method to set a memory cache, or like the cache.set method. So be very careful on how you implement it, and do verify your memory cache is working as properly as I did. And reach out to me if you have any questions. Have a great day.